second race on the card on the Betway Way to the Win show. Let's get straight into the action. The start of the bipot, and we welcome you to racing at Turffontein. First leg of the Tab Triple Crown and Wilgeborst Drift Triple Tiara runs today. 0691643272 is the number. Our WhatsApp number. You just send your name and your ID number to that and be part of the Betway family. There's the QR code that you can use on your phone. Just use your camera and it takes you straight to the Betway platform. And of course, Blue Voucher are reminding you about the easy way to top up, deposit and pay. Okay, the second is a maiden class field. It's bipot time. There are 14 of them. We're doing this on Friday morning in terms of what the story is. I want to get an idea of the Friday morning betting for you in this particular event. And the favourite is Mike de Kock's horse, number 8, DuPont Emerald. It's top of the boards at 15-10. 2-1 about number 6 on the card. Satyagraha spoke to Advocate Session Ready. 2-1. They like it very strong. Advocate told me, Daryl, that this horse is doing very well at home. He thinks it'll win.
Did he tell you what that name meant?
No, I didn't. We didn't discuss
Sure.
it. We just, yeah.
Lovely debut, Clyde.
Yeah.
Been off the track for 3.5 months, excuse me. Was doing his best work late. What's a concern is he's coming back in trip, but he may well race fresh. I've got the jury out on that form line. I know the 4th place horse was Baynak, who subsequently won indirectly, and he could have a lot of scope for improvement, but my concern is the drop in the distance. Now, the current favourite is DuPont Emerald. She's a filly, so she gets that sex allowance, carried 57.5. To be honest, I thought she could have moved better going to the start last time out. So I completely wrote her off when I saw in the canter past. And she came back better than what she went down. I'm really keen to watch her move to the start this time around. If she stretches out beautifully, I think
she's a runner.
I think we could see her get it right in her 3rd start.
That was Great Notion came from there.
Yes.
That came to one, eh? Yeah.
That's exactly right. So stable companions frank that form. And then Clyde, the horse that I'm leaning towards is Crescendo. Crescendo.
Yes.
And that's trained by Lucky Larkers. Now, Lucky Larkers had 2 first-timers run on that particular day.
Yep.
He was in the first race, Crescendo, and in the second race, he had a filly who he won with a stable companion. And in that post-race interview, he made it very clear that he expected big runs from both first-timers, and they both failed to fire on that occasion. So I think he ran completely below par. Maybe he shows good track work, but now he needs to bring it to the course itself. So keen to see how he goes. Obviously, Vibe says frank that form and come out and run second since then. But let's see how it goes this time round. So I've played the safe route. I've gone all of numbers 4, 6 and 8.
Okay, and there are a couple of bankers later on in that bipot as well, which will help, and it's a 45 Rand per. Welcome back, everybody. Let's get straight into the third now, and this is a handicap at the 96 level over 2,000 metres. Small field, but a competitive one. There are 8 of them that are going to end up going to the gate here in the start of the place accumulator. Well, the market shows 5-2 about this. Also, Robbie Sage, number 2, Tamarisk Tree. 5 total surrenders, the second choice at 33-10. 4-1, number 7, Douglas Green. 9-2 about number 8, Robert Browning. Then you got the 6, Vesuvio, who's priced up at 11-2. There are a number of them in here with chances. 3, Hawk Bill is 6-1. 4, Jordan is 20-1, double figures nowadays, and the 1 rule book is at 25-1. I would imagine a few, if not all, got chances. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, not a fan of this race whatsoever. I've put as many as 5 in the PA, Clyde.
Yeah, expected.
Yeah, Tamarisk Tree, number 2, is in good form. What can we say? Obvious claims. Number 3, I've included Hawkbull. Obviously held on his last starts, but you know, Muzi likes to bully them, so maybe he needs a hard ride, this horse. And if he's in contention, he's capable. Number 4, Jordan. I'm not ignoring his chances. Listen, he's out of form completely, and he's really failing to deliver on the track. But rating continues to drop, and Rachel takes the 1.5 off his back. So I'm hoping to see improvement. Number 5, Total Surrender. You can see he's held on the Royal Edition run by the favourites. Tamara's Tree, but there's not much in separating the two of them. I like his chances, and then I even included number 7, Douglas Dragon Clyde, because you can see he's off his highest current mark, which indicates that he's still on the upgrade and he's improving. What I do want to say, Clyde, he's more of a one-pace sort, and I don't see much pace in this race. Who's the likely pace set over here? Who do you see going to the
I
front?
don't.
Maybe Robert Browning with that weight. I don't know. There's no natural pacemaker in this race, which is why I've loaded up. Personally, what I want to see Rachel go and hope
Jordan, open up.
and hope to see him improve, because Mr. Terry's always said he rates this horse.
Yes, yes. Yeah, he has. And, well, small field, who knows? It might be a muddly pace to get a result. There's the place accumulator. A couple of bankers. In fact, there are 3 bankers in the place accumulator on your screen at the moment. And if you take it just like that at a full unit, it'll cost you 180 Rand. Pinnacle Stakes now, and this is a 1400 meter event. There are 2 horses not running. 4 Melecha's out, and number 6 on the card, Zanovi's also out, not going to be taking part. Well, it's a pick 6 now, and we look forward to a carryover pick 6 as well. We're expecting around a 3 million Rand pool. So work on your pick 6 today at Turffontein, where perhaps there's a banker in here and a former number 1 main defender. We'll ask Daryl what he thinks, if we can bank in this pick 6 or not. It's 11 to 20 early Friday morning. Second choice is Barbaresco, impressive winner. Number 2, Barbaresco, 7 to 2, 9 to 2 about number 5, White Pearl. 3 Purple Pitchers trading at 8 to 1 and 8 to 1 about number 7, Texas Red. The others not mentioned, well, because they're not running. Can we banker this?
Yes, we can banker it. I was going to banker in with Melech in the race. Clyde, have a look.
That's interesting.
Have a look who's drawn on his inside. There's only one horse drawn on his inside, and that's Barbaresco.
Yeah.
So he's going to be ahead of him turning into the straight. Well, let's hope so, because he's got that gate speed. So I think he'll get first run. If you go to the top form line in the computer form, Clyde, some people are still allowed to use computer form. Yeah. Top run in the computer form, you'll see he beat Barbaresco by a length, right? And he's 2 kilograms better off. He had that race sewn up at the 400. Last time I just think Gavin might have been overconfident. I don't know. That's my personal opinion. I'm of the opinion that Gavin always thought he had the race in control. But then Muzi snuck up on his inside. Listen, he's nearly unbeatable over this course and distance. He's the best weighted. We have to be in his favour, Clyde.
So on weight, he's 2.5 kilos on weight on ratings.
Yes.
He's 2.5 kilos better off than Barbaresco.
Yes.
And that's enough to keep Barbaresco at bay, in your opinion.
I think Barbaresco will be doing his best work late. Whether he gets there in time, I don't believe he will. But yes, I do think they should run 1 from 2.
Would you say Barbaresco is a better 1400 meter horse than he is a miler?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is his game.
Yes.
But you're still confident main defender.
No, this is main defender's game.
Main defender's game. Okay, let's take a look. Banker the 1 in the first leg. That's our pick 6. And there's another 3 bankers later on today. We are bankering just now that horse Quid Pro Quo. And we are bankering that horse number 1, Fire Attack. Now that might be a surprise for a few. Time now for the Wilgeborgsdrift Pinnacle Stakes. It's over 1,000 metres, and there are 12 of them that'll be going to the gate in this quick dash. Early morning market has got 5 to 2 about this horse, Golden Sickle. Number 1 on the card for the Tiny Peter stable. 4 Chocolate Soldier, Cornet Spiss. Once they have a claim here, 9 to 2. Lucky Udolakis has got the 6 Elegant Ice at 5 to 1. 2 6 to 1 shots in this race. The 5 Chasing Happiness and the 7 Time for Orchids, both for Johan Janssen van Vieren. And then you can 8 to 1 about that horse, who's next best. 8 to 1 about 9 Magic Tattoo, and 8 to 1 as well as that horse 3 Eye Star. 10s and better about the balance. Golden Sickle, the one to beat?
If you have a look at the best weighted column, you'll see Herself and Chasing Happiness are the top 2. Joint best weighted. But thereafter, Clyde, there's several only half a kilogram out. So on paper, it's very, very close between several runners over here. I was, however, impressed with her return. There's no doubt that she was nowhere near her best on that occasion when she beat Dice. Gonna strip fitter. Have a look at her course and distance form, Clyde. She's raced over this track and trip for 6 times, 5 wins and a second. So she's at her best. Drawn towards the outside, a lot is in her favor, and she should on paper hold the horses that she beat last time out, being Magic Tattoo and Time for Orchids. So let's see how she goes. But because I've got 3 bankers in my pick 6,
Yeah.
I've chosen to go wide over here in the jackpots and the pick 6. I'm looking for a result, but it would be of no surprise if she got it right. Now, chasing happiness, if you listen to the connections comments last time out, they fancied her chances over Barbaresco, and the stable companion came and won that race. So maybe she ran flat on that occasion. Listen, it was a bit of a track with some giving it. It was also her second run after a rest, so I'm willing to excuse her for that effort. Because of this connections comments, she's better than that. So I'm giving her another chance. She's in receipt of, what is it, 6 kilograms from Golden Sickle, Clyde. She's a very good filly, this. So she must come into this race. She
can't be left out, eh?
Yeah, and then I know Time for Orchids is well held on paper, but Clyde, what interests me over here is the tongue tie gets fitted. This filly or this mare moves up, and then she just fails to go on with it. So I'm really keen to see how she goes. I'm looking for the result, Clyde, in the opening leg of the jackpot.
Okay, we've got 2 fields and 2 bankers in this jackpot. Okay, welcome back, everybody. Let's move on now to our next event on the card, and this is the Wilgeborgsdrift Gauteng Fillies Guineas. It's a Group 2. Over the mile, of course. Thank you to Mary Slack for her wonderful sponsorship. It's been going on for many a year now. It's greatly appreciated. Scratch in this race number 3, Olivia's Way not running, and that'll leave you with 13 of them that will go to the gate. Interesting because Quid Pro Quo's in here and priced up at 4 to 10 to win on the Friday morning for Bar and Buertes Pierce Stratum in the saddle. Second choice is number 13, Spumante Dolce for Michael de Kock. Raymond Danielson rides that as 8 to 1. 1 VJ's Angel is the next best at 10 to 1 for Tony Peter and Gavin Larena. And then there are others who are priced up double figures, 16 and better about the balance. I mean, Daryl, World of Alice is good. Fiery Pegasus is good. Vulcanite, can switch it on. Comedy Storm, those type of horses. It's a talented field, but Quid Pro Quo, because of the manner that she won, the way she won, destroying one of the best around, or so we thought anyway, must make it very hard to beat, I would imagine.
There's very good fillies in here, and there's a brilliant filly at this stage.
Yeah.
And Quid Pro Quo's the brilliant filly. Clyde, have a look at the best weighted column. She's not actually best in over here. At the weights, at the ratings, VJ's Angel is best weighted. But they've met in the past. That was at Grable in the Golden Slipper, and Quid Pro Quo, despite whatever happened to her, she ran barefoot like Zola Budd.
Yeah.
And she beat VJ's Angel by 3 lengths on that occasion. Now, VJ's Angel has had, I think, 5 or 6 runs since then, and Quid Pro Quo's had 1 run. And the 1 run that she had, she was sensational. I mean, Striker Stratum had her in a great position, but going through the 500, he already knew that he was on something special because he hardly had to move a muscle. Yeah. He didn't even have to ask her for an effort, Clyde. She just went through the field like a hot knife through butter. Now, the 2 best weighted fillies have got tricky draws to contend with. But, Quid Pro Quo recently in her races, she's able to get into a good position. She's not lagging towards the back of the field with so much work to make up or ground to make up. So Striker knows what he's aboard this time around in a race. And you know what? We all want to see champions win. On paper, she's the right one. She's beaten her biggest danger. What's interesting is the VJ's Angel this time around, they fit in her with a set of blinkers, which could squeeze a bit of improvement out of her. The interesting filly, no doubt, is Spumante Dolce. And she's only interesting because of Mr. Mike de Kock's comments. He said he wants to take on Quid Pro Quo. At this stage of her career, she's got it all to do with. But when a man of that caliber makes a comment like that, Clyde, you have to sit up and take notice. So if there's going to be a spanner in the works, it could be the second favorite, Beaumonte Dolce. You can't read too much into the fact that she's out at the weights because she's unexposed. So yes, I am in Quid Pro's camp. I'm not going to be having a bet on her because of the restricted odds, but obviously in my exotics, I banked her.
Okay, and there's a double in the main races. Daryl's going Quid Pro Quo into Fire Attack. Hello everybody, time now for our feature in terms of the Tab Gauteng Guineas. It's a 1 million rand race over the mile, first leg of the Triple Crown. And do we have a Triple Crown winner here? Well, we'll see how that all plays out. We do know that Great Tricks and Fire Attack are both very good horses, and of course they met once upon a time, and we're going to show you that rerun in a moment. You are reminded about opening your Betway account if you haven't already done so by using the QR code that's up on your screen. Okay, so in terms of the action, here's the last time these horses bumped, and we're going to take a look at when Great Rick stays up on the lead the whole way, but Fire Attack does close him down at the end. Daryl, you can talk us through this, where at this point in time, Great Rick seems to have quite a bit left there at this stage, but then does get tired late.
Yeah, he seems to be cruising, Clyde. Take note, this race was over 1,400 meters, and tomorrow's Tab Gauteng Guineas is over a mile. Who, in your mind, is finishing better over there, Clyde?
Yeah, well, the runner-up, naturally.
The runner-up.
Runner-up.
Take note.
I noticed Great Tricks did change legs there the last bit.
Yeah.
And gave it maybe another kick.
I think Great Tricks has got an incredible turn of foot. And we've seen that. He's able to sprint this horse. He did come unstuck in the Dingons over a mile. He was beaten by Fire Attack.
Yes.
And I know many people said Great Tricks went a bit hard up front. Nah, what tactics are they going to adopt this time around? Are they going to be more conservative on him?
Yeah.
Or not?
I think Muzi would probably want to be more conservative on him.
Yes, I'm sure
he did say
those will be his instructions. But Clyde, you know what? In the Dingons, Fire Attack beat him. Go have a watch. Go have a look at that replay. Fire Attack came with his issues. He got a nasty bump at the start. He was on the outside exposed with no cover. So he's beaten Great Tricks over the course and distance in the past. Last time out in the Betway got the green light stakes. He was finishing better. He's 2 kilograms better off. He's got the gun draw. I can't believe the current odds of Great Tricks. The one's even money, the other one's 5-2. In my mind, they're going to start closer to 16-10 about Fire Attack. I think there's value at his current price. He should get the run of the race. And I'm all in the camp of Fire Attack because it's over a mile. I think Great Tricks at this stage of his career, it's a bit of a stretch for him. The horse I'm keen to see how he goes is Legend of Arthur.
Yes.
I don't think he's going to be ready up for this race. The other two have got more racing fitness on their side. But please believe you me, he's packed with ability. Watch him next time out in the Classic and in the Derby, and even the Durban, Hollywood Bets, Durban, July. But Clyde, we have to go with Fire Attack. There is so many things pointing towards him to reverse their latest encounter. What I do want to say is if you're playing trifectas and quartets, please include number 9, Parisian Walkway. This is a lovely, lovely horse, and he's having his first starts as a gelding.
Okay, we'll do that. But Fire Attack, Daryl Marie, all in. Now we go on to the middle stakes. It's the tab4racing.com. And this event's over 1160 meters. They're up the straight. They've taken out the 7 and the 9, both not running. So make a note of that in terms of this event, Bomber's not running and Ensuing's not running either. So there are 9 of them left to line up. Latest of Friday morning, because we record this on the Friday morning for the weekend. And the favourite in this event is number 4, Nettleton. It's priced up at 28-10. 6 Passage of Power is the next best in, and that's at 7-2. 5-1, number 5, Silver Tudor. 3-1, Fell Swoop is trading around 13-2, together with the 10, Francillian. And 8, Richard the First is next in at 17-2. What they got about the balance? 10-1 and better the others. Tricky race. Quite a few in here. Jackpots, we've gone field. What's our play?
We're looking for the result, but you know what, Clyde? Nettleton's in such cracking form at the moment. And have a look at the best weighted column. She is best weighted.
I see that.
I thought that was a cracking effort last time out in the Betway Labello Sprint. I mean, another stride and she gets the better of Pistol Pete.
Yeah.
Over 1,000 meters at Turffontein, to come within so close of Pistol Pete is an outstanding effort on her behalf. Look at the record. Striker and her hold. They've teamed up together 3 times. Striker's unbeaten on her, Clyde.
Ah.
So it's interesting that she's stepping up to 1160. You can say she's earned a rating over 1,000 meters. So, but you know, Striker's able to put her to bed. She's even got pace, so he'll play it by ear as to the pace of the actual race or where he comes out. Mercantor. Now, I know he's been carrying the bottom weight and he's been taking on much stronger, and now suddenly he's got 62 to shoulder. But you know what? This son of Var never ever disgraces himself. He's effective up the straight to Turffontein. He's in very good form. And Clyde, you know what? Horses sometimes when they change ownership and they have their first start for the new owner, they get it right. Somehow it happens, but I think he's going to be thereabouts. Then you got One Fell Swoop, the filly from Tony Peter. You know, have a look at her comeback effort. She was well beaten. She was obviously in need of that. And then last time out, I love the improvement she showed. She's well in over here. She's second best weighted. She's having her peak run. Gavin drawn towards the right side of the track. You have to believe she's going to reverse the form with Passage of Power. I think she's so many kilograms better off with him.
Yeah.
And she's drawn on the right side compared to where Passage of Power is drawn. So I've opted to take it a swinger box. I'm not convinced, but let's hope we can show a profit.
Okay, well, let's take a look at what we're going to do in this particular event. There are a few in here, although Nettleton, we'll see how that goes over the 1160. Take the swingers boxed, 1, 3 and 4. Okay, the 9th and final. Here we are. Not the 9th and final, I beg your pardon. Final leg of the pick 6 is what I mean. And it's a handicap, novice handicap. So make a note of that. Look at the weights very closely here with these one-time winners. Take out number 6, who's not going to run, +4. That'd leave you with 9 runners at the gate. Now, Friday morning, they got the source of Tony Peters' favourite, Gregarious, number 9 on the card, 5-2, 3-1 about 2, Salute the Flag. 3 Spring Edition is priced up 7-2, 9-2, 7 Alone Time, 6-1 about the next best, they 1 Skittle Skies. And then number 8, Forced to Deuce, priced up double figures like 14-1 and better bar those mentioned. So, Gregarious tops the boards. It's a handicap, novice horses, Mr. Marie.
Yeah,
Is there
she's
something
a
in
filly,
here with
Clyde.
the weights that helps?
She's a filly. She's only got 53.5 to shoulder, and you can firmly say that she's nowhere near her best, and she could be even better than her current rating at this stage. Against her, she's taking on some hard knockers. She's relatively inexperienced.
Yeah.
And she'll improve with racing, but she's taking off. She's got quite a bit to chew over here because there's some horses in here that will give her a run for her money. I wouldn't be shocked to see her win, but she has to raise her game. Have a look at number 3 over here. Now, I really want Spring Tradition to get it right for Washong. You know, he's quiet currently, but in saying that, Clyde, although he hasn't had winners, he's had so many seconds and placings that when the gates open, you can follow his yard with confidence. And he has a horse that's got Stallgate number 1 with Ryan Munger aboard. That's half the battle won at this stage. He should get the run of the race. I like his chances. I just hope he's not in need of this because he is returning from a rest. But if he's near peak fitness, I think he'll go very well. And he could make a winning return to the track. Then you got Salute the Flag. Last time out on a sticky track, I thought it was slightly below par. But now you've got stronger handling from the irons. Come down 0.5 kilogram. In his penultimate start, Clyde, it was a great run because Prince of Green came out and franked that form. But and that's around the Turffontein stand side track, right? In he's only contested 1 race of this course and distance, and he won on that occasion when he won his maiden. So I think maybe he loves the stand side track. So I think numbers 2 and 3 are possibly going to fight it out. But I do have respect for Gregarious, the
Tell
filly.
me about Alone Time. That form line seems pretty good, and 2 direct winners from the form line and going over the
Okay,
1400
just
now.
mention those winners for me, Clyde.
We had Call Me Master win and King of Numbers
Yeah, for me,
win. Not for you. And
he's
it's going 14
stronger
first
this
time.
time. Stronger
company.
opposition. Yeah.
All right, so what have you got? The double here. You're going Salute the Flag, Spring Tradition, and Gregarious, 2, 3, 9. And in the next leg, Daryl is going 1, 4, and 7. Top seed is one of his selections with Exceedingly Glam and After Hours. That's Betway's Way to the Win.